You're watching the Padres station, KUSI-TV 51, San Diego.
You're watching KUSI-TV, Cable 9, Channel 51, San Diego. And now, San Diego's only News at 10, with George Rebby, Kathy Clark, a first look at the weather with Terry Burhan, and sports with Rod Luck. This is KUSI News at 10.
Don't touch that dial. You're about to get the best of both worlds. We keep you in touch with the final episode of Cheers and bring you the news of the world. This will be something to see.
Something to see is only half of it. Hi, I'm Dave Scott. Thanks for joining us live from Moose McGillicuddy's here in Pacific Beach, along with the entire cast of...
And there is other news tonight, and it is serious, startling, dramatic, and frightening testimony in the Dale Akiki case today. Children talking about sexual abuse.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Bosch. George has the night off. We have serious news to report tonight.
The KUSI News at 7, with Alan Freo, Susan Lennon, John Coleman Weather, Michael Turco, and Paul Rudy Sports. This is KUSI News. The KUSI News is live now.
Los Angeles cleans up after a night of violence so it can bask in glory and celebration tomorrow.
Good evening. I'm Alan Freo, and thanks for joining us.
And I'm Susan Lennon. Well, tonight, San Diego police are looking for
The sun.
Live with more local news. Alan Freo, Susan Lennon, John Coleman, Michael Turco, and Paul Rudy. This is the KUSI News at 10.
Well, beachgoers in Miami have to sidestep a wild, and we mean wild.
Good morning, San Diego. I'm Sandra Moss.
And I'm Dan Plant. It is Monday, November 9th, and as we continue this morning, possible connection between the Fort Hood massacre and the September 11th attacks.
Could this man, the named shooter, be tied to two of the 9/11 hijackers? We're asking those questions as we continue to learn more about his declared hate for the United States.
And there's a new report coming out about a third of the people who want to get the H1N able to. Is it enough? We're going to take a look at that and the latest toll it's taking in San Diego.
And how about those Superchargers on the road for a big game against the Giants, pulling off a last-second win? Take that, Eli. If you missed it, stick around because we have all of the highlights celebrating the Chargers' third straight win. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning. What a game it was. Wow, what a game. Hey, in the meantime, what a forecast. I've got one I think you're going to like. It's got a little of something for everyone. A hurricane to talk about, or a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. And we'll talk about Maritime Week. Good morning, San Diego.
Welcome to San Diego's most popular local morning news. Good morning, San Diego.
This morning, we are learning more about the Fort Hood shooting suspect, Nidal Malik Hassan.
You're watching the KUSI News at 6.
It was all about flag football today.
The KUSI News at 10 is live now.
The presidential candidates face off in the first of 3 debates. We will have the highlights. And reaction tonight from college-age voters in Chula Vista. Their comments just ahead.
Plus, the race for San Diego mayor gets a new candidate, but you're going to need a pencil if you want to vote for her.
I'm Dave Erickson in Scripps Ranch, where high school students who lost their yearbooks in the firestorms of last October tonight got them back. I'll explain in a live report.
I'm Michael Turco. Elite security throws 3 Chargers fans out of Qualcomm Stadium before the game even starts for trying to sell 1 ticket in the parking lot. The Turco Files tonight.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Paul Bloom.
And I'm Kimberly Hunt. Thank you for joining us tonight. It was the moment in the 2004 presidential campaign that many have been waiting for.
Live from San Diego's more local news station, Paul Bloom, Kimberly Hunt, John Coleman Weather, Michael Turco, and Paul Rudy Sports. This is the KUSI News at 10. Live from San Diego's more local news station, this is the KUSI News at 10. Live from San Diego's more local news station, Michael Tuck, Kimberly Hunt, John Coleman Weather, Michael Turco, and Paul Rudy Sports. This is the KUSI News at 10. You're watching the KUSI News at 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Ryan.
And I'm Paul Bloom. Thank you for joining us.
This is Good Morning San Diego.
And we hope you stay right where you are.
This is Good Morning San Diego. You're watching Good Morning San Diego.
Boy, what a big day out at the office today.
This is the KUSI News at 6.
And despite the assurances...
You're watching the KUSI News at 6.
Well, here's a new way to raise money. We are...
Good morning, everybody. I'm David Davis.
And I'm Brandy Williams. It's Friday, February 28th.
It's being called the biggest winter storm in about 3 years, and it comes ashore today. We'll have the latest on what's going on.
Wow, a complicating factor was revealed about San Diego's newly nominated police chief. Why she's only expected to serve 4 more years.
And one of the largest Jewish cemeteries in the Los Angeles area has agreed to a hefty settlement, what they're accused of doing and how much it's going to cost them. Good Morning San Diego starts right now.
This is Good Morning San Diego.
Welcome to a rainy Friday, but it is a Friday.
Yes, it is. TGIF, right?
TGIF. Let's go outside, take a look at what's happening right now.
This is the KUSI News at 5.
Welcome to the KUSI News at 5. I'm Sandra Moss.
And I'm Alan Denton. Thanks for joining us. It's a big night.
It's been another deadly day in Iraq. Next on the KUSI News at 6, a suicide truck bomb rocks Baghdad, and some of the more than 100 victims have local ties.
Plus, what seems to be a homemade explosive device explodes in Central Park, injuring a young man. We'll tell you what police are saying.
And another day of large crowds and heavy traffic at the beach. We'll show you what to expect if that's in your plans tomorrow.
I'm Michael Turco. No more excuses. If you need an American flag to put on your house for the 4th of July, now you can get one for free. From a man you've met before, right here on KUSI's Turco Files.
And the flags are flying, and the weather is beautiful. Top-notch weather right now for this July 4th weekend. How long will it last? I'll have your forecast in a moment. The KUSI News at 6 starts now.
This is the KUSI News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm David Davis.
And I'm Ashley Rodriguez. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's been a weekend full of explosives and deadly terror attacks.
Yeah, it began early yesterday.
This is the KUSI News at 6:30.
Welcome back to our live broadcast from Costera.
This is the KUSI News at 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm John Dupree.
And I'm Kristen Casado. Thanks for joining us. Tragedy in Hillcrest tonight as police are investigating a deadly hit and run. Police were called to...
You're watching the KUSI News at 10. This is the KUSI News at 11.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Lauren Finney.
And I'm Alan Denton. Thanks for joining us tonight.
This is Good Morning San Diego.
And good morning, San Diego. I'm Ginger Jeffries.
And I'm Jason Austell.
This is the KUSI News at 5.
Welcome to the KUSI News at 5. I'm Sandra Moss.
And I'm Alan Denton. Thanks for joining us.
Drama on the first day of classes today as 3 people are arrested after a police chase ended at a canyon near SDSU.
This is the KUSI News at 5.
Welcome back.
This is the KUSI News at 6.
Welcome to the KUSI News at 6. I'm Sandra Moss.
And I'm Alan Denton. Thanks for joining us.
This is the KUSI News at 6:30.
Welcome back to the KUSI News at 6:30. I'm Alan Denton.
I'm Sandra Moss. Thank you for joining us.
A tragic shooting at a video game tournament in Jacksonville, Florida leaves 3 people dead, including the shooter.
It's not a tough out today. Excuse me, not an easy out. Oh.
And the gunfire is captured in that live stream video. We'll have the latest on the attack and the suspect.
News of Senator John McCain's death is affecting people all across the country. We'll hear from those who worked closely with him and what they miss about the war hero.
And police continue to search for the suspect who they say shot and killed a mother of two during a road rage incident.
Thousands of people rode around San Diego for the annual Bike the Bay. Details from today's event. Dave?
I'll have the latest weather in Hawaii following Tropical Depression Lane and weather right here at home, plus tonight's World of Wonder. The KUSI News at 10 starts now.
This is the KUSI News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Logan Burns.
And I'm Ashley Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us tonight.
You're watching the KUSI News at 10.
New developments about the mental health of yesterday's mass shooter.
This is the KUSI News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Logan Burns.
And I'm Ashley Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us.
Our top story at 11 o'clock. Investigators are now searching the Baltimore home of the alleged gunman who opened fire at an online video game tournament in Florida.
You're watching the KUSI News at 11.
The head of ISIS in Afghanistan and several other ISIS soldiers are dead.